Good morning, people. What is up? It is a nice Sunday. The sun is out. This is episode 26 of the Sports Cave. As you can see, we got our boy Manny back this morning.
Back.
He's back. He's back and he's ready. Start off the good year. Boy Adolph's here.
What's
I'm
up?
here.
Dressed up for y'all today.
Hey, yeah, got the polo on,
Looking
man.
business cash.
Business
right?
Casual Sunday. So we, of course, we just want to thank you for tuning in. This is episode 26. We got a good show for you today. Of course, I know it's football, so we got to cover a little bit about the Pro Bowl. Some there's a lot of
Super Bowl
new
talk.
For those that actually
Super Bowl
watch.
talk. Then we got some other stuff going on. Maybe some QB controversies to discuss. LeBron hit 30K.
Little NBA action.
A little bit NBA, a little bit of
king.
everything this
Little
morning.
boxing
So
last night.
we gonna sprinkle a little bit of everything around here.
I seen that way. I seen
See
that.
that? So stay in tune. We're about to go live and have a good show for y'all.
You're now tuned in to the Sports Cave on #Champs.
All right, so welcome to the Sports Cave, the official podcast of real fans. This show streams live on YouTube every Sunday morning about 9:30 or so.
Ish.
Yeah, about there. So start your morning with us. We do interact with our audience through chat. We take phone calls while we're on the air. And then for whatever reason you can't make the live stream, you know that our episodes are available on YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play Music Monday mornings at 6 a.m. So we'd like you to subscribe to our community, and you can do so by visiting #champs.tv.
And please don't forget to check out our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at our handle at The Sports Cave. And you can always catch the live stream by going to thesportscave.live.
Sportscave.live.
Bumbleclaw.
Hit that like, hit that share button.
For real,
Get
please.
that name
Tell
out
your
there.
friends. Tell your neighbors.
Tell your
Tell the
anybody.
Sancho. Tell the
Everybody.
Sancho.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
everybody.
Tell
everybody.
If you're at the Pulga right now, tell people at the Pulga. Put
Right,
us on
we'll be
live.
out there soon.
Hey, yeah, right. We go to the
We were
Pulga.
just talking
Remotes.
about it.
We were just talking about we might have to do a remote at the Pulga. How can you not?
Traders.
On a
Straight
day
up.
like
Trader,
today.
Y'all
really,
ain't
bro.
ready.
On a day like today, look, we can get your sports in, go get your elotes, some fresh Jordans,
And get
some
you a deal
tires,
on the DeWalt.
a DeWalt, a lawnmower, and a couch. Come on with
And
it.
some rims.
Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
you
sir.
go. Them traders really specials, bro. When you need new tires, but if you need something, we got hookups. So just let us know if you're ever in the need for any mechanic work, any real estate business. We got connections. But
Right.
back to the sports thing, what we do every Sunday morning. So I know personally, I don't know. I don't think many people watch this game, but it is football, so
Disclaimers.
it's. I guess we can cover who made it to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, it'll be free football today.
It's
to
free
watch.
football. I
So
mean,
slow
the
bowl.
season's dwindling down.
slow-
It's going down. The slow bowl, yeah. A lot of people pass on it too, but I mean, it's still football. It's still
Hey,
the
it's
best
still
players.
football. It's the best players
in
now.
the league. You know, you
Right.
got you got big names: Antonio Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, of course,
On the
AJ Green. Those are the type of players you want to tune in and play. Of course, Tom Brady is not going to be playing due to his obligations at the Super Bowl. You got Phillip
Yeah.
Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. You know, Derek Carr. You got a lot of
You got a lot of good people.
stars there. It'll still be entertaining. There's no defense. They're not playing. The rules are a lot different.
They're not hidden.
No.
But you know, it's still something to watch.
So
Still
yeah,
some
we
football.
I think they just need to change it up or not have it, bro. Like I'd be happy if they play a flag football tournament with
Yeah,
with the All Stars, something different.
They've tried a couple different tweaks.
And it
They
just
try to
doesn't
change
work,
it to
man.
more to fantasy, but I guess they're going back to the normal format.
Did y'all catch any of the skills competition?
I haven't watched
It
it.
was
No.
okay, but
Same old same.
I like the
Yeah.
NBA, like their
Skills
All Star
challenge,
weekend
yeah.
type deal. But
there's no
They
topping
hype
the
it up.
NBA All Star Weekend.
I think
Like,
that's what
yeah.
maybe
that's
we're
coming up
spoiled.
soon too.
It is coming up
February,
soon.
around Valentine's Day.
yeah.
And for most of us, that's when we start watching basketball.
Yeah,
Like,
that's kind of what kicks it into.
For me,
yeah,
that's
'cause
what
the
it kicks
Super
it.
That's when it
Bowl
starts getting
goes off.
serious.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is.
It
It's
is
still
what
the
it
Pro Bowl. We
It's still the
gotta
Pro
talk
Bowl.
about it.
We shout out some players that are on there. Adolph mentioned a lot of ASC receivers that are there. Travis Kelce.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say shout out to the Cowboys. Zach Martin that
Yeah.
made it. DeMarcus Lawrence made it. So we'll definitely be watching out for those guys. Of course,
Right.
you know, with our Cowboys goggles, we're gonna be watching them and hoping that they do
Jason
well.
Witten for
Tyron
okay.
Smith. Yeah, Jason.
I don't
Witten.
okay. That's my boy, Jason Witten. That's my dude. But I really don't see how he got into the Pro Bowl
He didn't do
based on
much.
performance.
Yeah, I mean, he blocks. He does
blocks.
everything that a tight end's supposed to do. He's
but
just not
he's
as
been
putting up
quiet,
the
man.
numbers that we
But
used
shout
to
out.
Jason
Right.
Witten.
I mean, I'm not
putting up to.
complaining. I'm just saying it's definitely
It might be a part of a whole career
yeah.
career thing, but I mean, in the NFC, who other? I mean, there aren't that many elite tight
Yeah.
ends though,
Yeah,
and the
there really
AFC
isn't.
is stacked.
You got Jimmy Graham who didn't do much either. Ertz isn't going to play.
Ertz isn't going to play due to his
And
obligations.
Kyle Rudolph,
Which is kind of the only reason Witten was in
yeah,
there
because
too, so.
Kyle Rudolph went in for Jimmy Graham because he was voted in. So it's really just Witten's show today.
there
So
we go. We'll see.
not bad.
As far as the offensive weapons,
As far as
yeah.
now, the defense, it didn't matter. I see a lot of good names on both AFC and NFC here
Yeah.
on this list.
Joey Bosa.
But I mean, do they really play defense? I mean, I don't think they want to get hurt. I think the defensive players know that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those days to watch out for your favorite skill position guys.
Yeah.
Big time. Julio
This is-
Jones, Adam Thielen's been killing it. Michael Thomas, Larry Fitz. You know, it'll be good to see all them mix up with different players. Of course, Russell Wilson will be there. Drew Brees, Jared Goff. So it'll be some exciting guys. Todd Gurley, I like to see what he will look like.
Yeah.
It's definitely an offensive game.
Yeah, big time.
Offensive show, I guess.
Big time. Yeah. I mean, while we're talking about football, I mean, there is another game coming up next week. Right now,
Yes.
it's media
It's a
week,
little
Super
game,
Bowl.
And I didn't even put it in the
Eagles
notes.
and Patriots. He didn't even put it in the notes.
I didn't put it
I'm
because
looking at it like
we
what's
didn't
going
need to put it in the notes because we're definitely going to talk about. We talked a little bit about it last week, but now we got Manny's take on it too. And now that we're getting closer to the game, man, I don't know. This should be a good game, but I'm still going to say 6 rings for the Patriots, none for the Eagles. That's just my take.
I think so too.
I don't-
I'm heavily favored. Do you know what the line's looking like, Manny, for the Super Bowl?
The last I checked, it was like 9 points.
9 point. Damn. I know it started like a 5 last week. I hadn't really kept up with
Let's
it.
get an update on that.
That's a lot.
That
That's
is a lot
of
for a
points,
Super
man.
Bowl.
Nick Foles is okay. He's been doing good. I mean, he did good last week. You got to give him credit. You know, he did his thing last week.
The week
But
before.
now this is the Patriots. This is just what they do. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds sickening, but it's so simple. But this is what they do every year. They're built for this. I know they have some different things going on, different distractions. But at the same time, I mean, you have the possibility of Josh McDaniel. Supposedly he's going to the Colts. And Matt Patricia's going to the Lions. So there are those distractions in place.
Yeah.
They have to wait until the Super Bowl to announce everything with respect to the Patriots. But
Yeah, it's actually
those
gone
coaches have
down.
different
It's
things
4.5
going on.
points.
4.5.
Okay.
It was at 5 at one time. So see,
Yeah.
early. So
I guess it opened at 6. Somebody said it had gone up to 9. I didn't see it. But
Yeah, so you
Okay.
saw it at 9.
Okay.
So it's at 4.5
that's
right
that's
now.
a big swing.
That's still
but-
a big swing, though, man. That's more than a field goal. So
Yeah, I think the Patriots are.
I think
for
they're
sure
going to
take
dominate.
it. This is
bro.
what they do.
As much as I wish it'd be a close game, I don't think it's maybe it'll be a close game, but I don't know, man. Philly's defense is not bad, but it's Belichick's game, bro. This is
Yeah,
I mean, they got all the experience. They've been there plenty of times.
plenty of time,
Yeah.
bro.
They
Hello,
know
what
how
up,
to
Fredo?
they know how to prepare for it. You know, preparation is one of the biggest things leading up to the Super Bowl.
Fredo, what's up with that?
Yeah,
I
Fredo,
got you, bro.
who, disclaimer, always picks some off the wall stuff, so I really wouldn't listen to Fredo in the first place.
I
But
got
he
you on
was
that,
saying
Fredo.
that his money's on the Eagles. And what's
Let's
up,
go.
James Jones? Joe Fooling, he said that it sucks that the Cowboys ended the Super Bowl, and I'm
Yes,
with you, bro.
definitely.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
it's
we
definitely
felt
disappointed
This
season.
could have been us, man.
It could have been us, and it sucks that, of course, the Eagles are going in the Super Bowl, our division rivals. Nobody wanted that in Dallas.
Never.
So
Never.
that sucked. But you could tell early in the game last week against Minnesota that they were way too much.
Yeah, man. I thought Minnesota was going to go in there and
Defense is too
handle
much, yeah.
business. Me and my brother were watching that Saints game with the Saints in Minnesota, and we're like, whoever wins this game is probably going to go Super Bowl. But the Eagles came back and surprised
Made
the
a
crap out of
statement, man.
everybody,
Right.
bro.
They didn't think they were going to do anything with Foles, but man,
Foles is on fire, man.
That
He's
defense is
efficient,
good,
bro.
though, too, man.
He's been efficient like his whole career. Like he doesn't get the credit he deserves, but he's been efficient. He's got a good defense behind him. They got plenty of weapons, so props to them. And then of course, the Patriots do what they do.
They do
so
what they do, man. I
don't think there was very much doubt in that whole game, the whole situation with them.
Nah, man. You give
Yeah,
Frank the
right. James Jones says he's gonna be drunk anyway. I'm with you, bro. Something
For all you professional
Right. Ya
football
sabes,
watchers,
bro.
y'all should know you put your time requests off early for the Monday at the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Mine's in. I'm off.
I might have to
I'm
take
out.
that day off.
Unfortunately,
too,
I'm
just-
working 12 hours that day.
Yeah, I
but
used
you're
to
working
roll
from
in
home.
pretty late, thankfully.
Still working though.
Still
man,
working.
I guess we'll break it down a little bit more next week. The
Yeah,
Super
well,
Bowl,
but
this and
this
that.
is
But
good to
overall,
just overall-
yeah,
Just starting to get a feel what people are leaning towards. I think a lot of people are going to be betting on New England, but the ones that are like risk takers are going to take that chance and go with the Eagles.
I just can't bet against Brady in the Super Bowl, bro. It's hard to. It's really
Yeah.
hard to. Especially, all the stuff that they've gone through, and it got close a few times this year, but they just do what they got to do, man.
Yeah, against Jacksonville last week, he had 2.5 minutes on the clock. You knew that.
Oh my God, they gave him way too much time. I'm like, all right, he's about to go score a touchdown, and then it was like in 4 plays. Like,
yeah, dude. Or they gave.
And honestly, I feel like Jacksonville had the best.
Jacksonville
defense.
had 2.5 minutes.
Jacksonville had the best defense, even though the Eagles have a great defense this year that nobody. Was talking
and they
about.
were under the radar.
They were under the radar, and Jacksonville I think still had a better defense, and they still got sliced up by Brady.
The GOAT.
Belichick.
The GOAT. Can you argue with that at
Nope.
this time? Nobody can argue with that.
No. If
you
you
hate
have
him
an
or love
argument,
him, he's the GOAT.
call in. If you think he's not the GOAT, I challenge you to call in.
Means werewolves.
And back it up.
Yeah,
Means werewolves.
I mean, I hate to admit it, bro, but what he did last year against Atlanta and their debacle.
At like 43?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And there's a bunch of
42, 43.
And he's married to Giselle, man.
There you
Man,
go.
that
He's
guy.
cultured, man. He's cultured. But yeah.
I already hated him, man. and you
He's
didn't have
down
to
with the
say it
brown,
anymore.
man. He's down with the
Look at that,
brown.
Yeah, that's right. Don't slice it anymore, bro. I mean, yeah, he may act like a little punk sometimes, and I think he's scared of competition behind him. But I mean, the man can throw the ball, man. The man can him and Belichick are a good
Slice
team.
up a defense.
Yeah, and it's just 6 Super Bowls for the Patriots if they win, but that's not just 6 in
At
their
least they're
entire.
not the first ones.
Yeah,
man.
there's not. They're
Pittsburgh
not
already
in,
has 6,
in their
so.
entire, the entire franchise. This is 6. Him and Belichick are getting 6 together,
That's
bro.
remarkable, dude.
That's
So,
crazy, man.
I mean, we can't crown him yet, but it's pretty.
we can't crown him yet. We can't crown him yet because
And on the flip side, if the Eagles win,
the Eagles win. Okay, this is
it'll
where
be the first Super Bowl
this is-
championship.
yeah,
I know
this
they had Super Bowl. They had championships way before they started doing the
but yeah,
Super Bowl
but
and
it'll be
all
a
that
Super Bowl.
crap, right?
And it's a catch-22 for me, man. Because it's great that Brady finally loses in the Super Bowl again.
Okay.
But it's the Eagles, man. That's the
I mean,
only
they
thing.
still have a chance. They
still
have
the
a
Eagles.
chance. It's
still the Eagles,
It's
and that's the
still
only
one
reason.
game, you know.
And at the end of the day, can I really hate if the Eagles win? And they're in our division, but that's one.
If they're able to do that without Carson Wentz, and then that leads us into our next discussion.
Yes, it does lead us into our next discussion.
So let's say if the Eagles can win a Super Bowl without Carson Wentz, does that make Carson Wentz expendable? What does that do for Nick Foles' future?
We had this fight.
He is
at
going
work,
to
bro.
be a free agent as of 2019 if they don't do anything, and they can lose out on him. So if he's on their roster, they're going to lose out on a lot of money. So there may be motive to move him. So they're watching him in that way. So there's a lot of things on the line for Nick Foles too.
Yeah.
He's auditioning not only for the
job,
Eagles,
bro.
but
Starting
for
job.
the whole NFL.
I think they have to stick with Carson Wentz.
Me too.
I think so
He's,
too.
he's the future of their quarterback.
That's the obvious-
They
to
drafted
me.
him to be their franchise quarterback.
Right.
Just because of an injury, he's not going to lose his starting job. I mean, I think Nick Foles got thrown into a good situation.
He knew the situation already. Also, he knew the team. He was
Wentz
familiar
put
with the
him
team.
through a lot of fights through the season.
Bro. And he also threw him out into a lot of he just blew out teams left and right when he had
Carson
his
Wentz
weapons.
was on the MVP pace.
Yeah.
Like, period.
We had
There's
this
no other way.
discussion.
Like, you can't cookie cut around there. He was
Yeah.
on the MVP pace.
He got him there, bro.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the reason why we have PPR in our league, because you have workhorses that get you up the field, and then you got some dudes that just scored a touchdown.
And some of the games that he played in, like if it wasn't for him making some of the plays he made, they wouldn't have won those games.
And it's not just opinion based, guys. Like, when you look at an NFL contract, when you're looking at a first round pick, they're obligated to 5 years to that team. So the Philadelphia Eagles they only pay him a certain amount, for these 5
cheap.
years. He's in year 2 now. He's hurt in
Yeah.
year 2. He's still got 3 more years to account for.
Yep.
So they're gonna have him for cheap, and they're gonna have
cheap,
a good MVP caliber candidate.
That's a franchise quarterback, bro.
He's a franchise quarterback. Like, Nick Foles is doing okay, but pump your brakes.
But there's a
See
reason
how he does somewhere
There's
else.
also a reason he got traded away and then came back to Philly.
He was in St. Louis for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Case Keenum took his job. Case Keenum was starting for
He started-
Minnesota
and that's
now.
another
he took
one that we're
jobs
gonna
for
talk
somebody
about
else.
here.
That leads into all this other stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ifs, and if he was that good, then he wouldn't have got traded, like Manny said. So.
And that's what we had a discussion at work. Shout out to the boys over there at
What's
the
up?
JOB.
What's up,
They
guys?
listen.
Thank y'all for watching.
They do
big
watch,
time.
and we-
Like,
and
we
they-
really appreciate
they
that.
actually-
We don't stress it enough.
they
No,
actually
we appreciate
requested
it.
this
They got a
topic.
good network, and
Yeah.
Ugo mentioned it, and I loved it. We had our own debate. Shout out to Mino.
Mino's
too.
had his debate
Mino
too.
saying Carson Wentz hadn't done anything. He's got to win the big games.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, and I know what you mean. But at the same time, he didn't have a chance. But he was on the
Yeah.
pace to do that, and nobody knows what. Could
Yeah, no one knows
happen.
what's gonna happen. But that was a discussion. Like, do you let the guy that if let's say the Eagles do win, that was a discussion at work. Do you let the guy that has brought your only Super Bowl and wins the game against the Patriots, do you let him go? That was the debate, and I was like, yeah, man, you let him go. I mean, to me, you let him go. You got a franchise quarterback that's proven himself. Okay, he hasn't proven himself all the way, but he's young, and you saw what he is capable of doing. Nick Foles was in your organization, was crapped out, got sent off, and then brought back as a backup.
Yeah.
He's meshing well now. Maybe the system is different. Something, the coaching staff is different.
He's
but
doing what he's supposed to do.
But I mean, who
who
did the work?
At least he'll be showcasing for a trade. You never know.
Yeah, you never know, man.
To me, that's exactly what he's doing, dude.
That's a good controversy.
There's a lot of quarterback jobs out there.
Let's just say it's going to be a very interesting offseason.
Ooh,
His value is just going up for the Eagles, so it's just going up and up and up. So a second round pick is something that I've heard thrown around. They might be able to get value. They're comparing him to maybe Garoppolo. So they're saying San Francisco gave a late second-round pick. Somebody might have to give an earlier second-round pick.
Yeah.
Or you never know, bro. If he was to win the Super Bowl, that cost is going to go up.
That cost is going to go way up.
Big time. And
I mean, just
Nick
his
Foles.
Stock went up just by getting there,
Yeah, I mean, I hate the Patriots, but for him and his sake, as a fan of Nick Foles, I've had him on fantasy teams. He's a journeyman. He's one of those guys you get on the waiver wire. But he produces. He's one of those dudes he
can produce.
You even though he's an Eagles quarterback, he's one of those guys I have to root for because
the underdog
of his story. He's an underdog big time. So if he's able to come out on top on that, I wouldn't be mad at him at all. If he's able to light up the Patriots, which I don't see happening, but if it was to happen, I wouldn't be too mad about Nick Foles.
Being a hater of both teams, I really don't have a win-win.
Right? It's gonna suck either way. Guys.
People are saying, who are you rooting for? Well, I'm rooting for the Patriots because I hate the Eagles, or I'm rooting for the Eagles because I don't want the Patriots. I'm not rooting for anybody. They could both lose. I don't care.
Yeah, they could tie.
I'm a watch. I'm a watch.
Like, who's halftime? Who's halftime show?
Right, Justin Timberlake and
man.
He was on a good show.
How do they give him a job back though after what he did with Janet Jackson?
Maybe
who was personally one of my favorite singers of all time.
His favorite.
Like I know I'm going a little off the rails, but we are talking Super Bowl though.
It's a Super Bowl talk.
How in the hell did Justin Timberlake get a job back after he ripped that? And what I hate about it the most is the way that he threw her under the bus, kind of.
Like,
it's her fault that I ripped her thing off. Like, come on, bro. I don't know. Anyway, so
it happened. I mean, I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah, I missed it all, dude. To tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, man. I don't know. Who?
But that was like, how you gonna do that to my Janet, dude? Like that's just like
that's my girl.
I'm just looking forward to the commercials.
I've been down with her since she was Penny. You know what I'm saying?
This guy.
Hey, if you had this is a good one. We'll just throw that out there. We're talking about Super Bowl halftime. If you had your choice of performers, who would you bring in? Because they always got to cater to like a bigger crowd, but
we need to set a poll on the page.
Let's set a poll. Let's get some. We want y'all sending y'all's requests. If y'all watching video,
I love.
You need a comment.
We do sports and entertainment.
Yeah, we do sports entertainment,
bro.
Sports entertainment.
This is off the rail. What about Kid Rock? Has Kid Rock done?
I think he was in one, maybe.
I like some Kid. You know what I like about Kid Rock?
My name is Kid.
He does country. He does rock. He does hip hop.
Didn't they just get backlash for him doing like the hockey one?
I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
I think a lot of people they got political with it.
Okay.
It's like, all right, because
I'm trying to think of somebody diverse that hasn't been on there. Like, I mean, there's a lot of different people that could be good candidates.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, and I know they got a. I know the Cowboys every Thanksgiving they have country. Like, can y'all switch it up? Like, yes, we're in Texas, but
or old rock, like old rock. The
classic
Who,
rock,
like who really wanted to see the Who at that time, like that they were playing.
I like the Who, but I'm not for halftime.
When they had Nelly and Aerosmith, man, that was.
Yeah. I mean, they had they would have that Bruno Mars. It was like Coldplay and Bruno Mars, and then Beyonce came out, and that was a diverse show too, because it had a little bit of everything. But then they got all back. Like, y'all, it's a halftime show. Y'all don't gotta make everything a statement. Like the people that watch it, like, oh, well, Beyonce did this and Bruno did this and Coldplay.
It's always gonna be. Something.
It's always something. But yeah, we want to know. We want to hear if you could have your choice.
Viewers, who would y'all have on there? Viewers, chat line, what's up? Who would y'all have on there?
Yeah, if y'all are chatting, I need something.
Ramon Ayala, probably for Fredo.
There'd be a lot of Mexicans at that Super Bowl. Like, we're going to watch what? El Super Bowl? I don't know.
Yes, sir. I mean, know. We'll see, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's not a bad idea. The Rangers had the Tigres on a few times at a concert, so, I mean, it depends on where it's at. But yeah, man, that'd be.
Fredo said Limp Bizkit.
Oh man, Limp Bizkit. This guy.
You still play that, bro?
Yeah, some Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers are good. I mean, I could do that. it just needs to be someone that puts on a good. Like I don't mind
good
Bruno Mars,
show.
bro. Bruno Mars puts on a good show.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick
one day,
Lamar has been
he
doing
puts on
good
an
too.
awesome show.
He
Like I'm not.
You know
he's
what?
not my favorite rapper, but show wise, live.
Him and the Imagine
He's that
Dragons, who everybody listens to Imagine
Oh,
Dragons,
yeah.
but no one listens to him. Like no one has their album.
They're
but they
live though. Oh
But
man.
when they had that they had a concert at or whatever a performance together, it was Kendrick and them.
I
Man,
remember
they
that.
went off.
I
They went
remember
off, and
that.
that was a really good show. And
The big
that
drums.
Something like that would be cool.
That would be cool for the
something newer.
the mass crowd knows who Imagine Dragons are, and then your hip hop crowd gets Kendrick, which they put on a good show, and they riffed off each other. I forgot what award show it was, but man, I watched that a few times, and that'd be something cool to do. But
Right.
Miss Espinosa say Romeo Santos.
nah, nah, girl.
Enrique Iglesias maybe.
Pump the brakes.
Men,
Hey, I mean, hey.
we'll do
but he
Romeo
can-
for the after party. man.
Enrique can put on a show.
He
Pitbull.
does. Pitbull.
I could see Pitbull doing that.
Mr. 305.
Hey, that fool can put on a show.
He does put on a show.
We need to add some flavor to the thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're all kind
And
of.
I think
agreeing.
they're doing it
we've
right.
Seen Katy Perry. We've seen.
Bring
Yeah.
back Shakira, man.
Shakira's cool. I can do Shakira.
I'll never argue with that.
No arguments here. Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato.
Demi
Lovato.
There you
Lovato.
go. Now y'all are talking.
Now we're
Yes.
talking. Now we're kind of
Now you're talking.
getting into our niche.
Yeah, there we go. You're breaking shells.
Breaking
We're breaking
shells.
ground
There
here.
we go.
Rage Against
All right,
the
not to
Machine.
get off subject.
Yes, Rage Against the Machine.
We need
so
something off the wall.
That is something. If we can ever get them back together, Rage
Yeah.
Against the Machine.
We need
get
Rage-
Zach back. Oh,
yeah, get Zach
man.
back, and we do Rage Against the Machine
That's
with Demi
exactly
Lovato,
who we
and then
need.
we'll end it off with something classic for all the older folks.
Yeah, man. I'd be like,
Something.
what game?
Like
who-
what? Did you see that?
Who cares
Mini
about this
concert.
Patriots versus Eagles bull? You
They've
know
been.
what?
I noticed though when they have a Super Bowl show, halftime show, when there's multiple bands, it's more entertaining than when they
Yeah,
have one
it is,
person
dude.
doing a whole catalog.
It is
of
because
old-
they got to blend their worlds together,
and that's what we need. So
that's
let's
what music is about. That's what this whole world is about. That's what the Super Bowl is about, bringing all kinds of people together.
so we can get
Right.
Despacito on, bring Demi Lovato, and we'll throw some Rage on there. Let's go.
Word up. Call Roger.
Call Roger. Hey man,
Orderly.
bro, we need to diversify.
Carlos says no show, so nobody.
Hey, that's not a bad
He's like,
idea.
get off my lawn. He wants the high school bands or something. Like, come on, bro. Don't be
He
like
wants
Ronnie, dude.
Drumline.
He goes to take the dudes at the halftime show.
He's like, yeah. It's like, what do you want to do at halftime, bro? I mean,
Carlos likes some Demi. Don't lie, Carlos.
Carlos, you know you want Demi
I
on there,
synced
bro.
it. I synced it.
I seen you. But yeah, back to football talk.
Right on, right on.
Yeah. So,
There's a
so
game
yeah.
to be
So let us
played.
know who you like. Who would be your all-time show? Where we
Little
at?
John, I like that. Hey,
Bro, that'd be wild. If they
People
had the
wanna
Super Bowl in
fight.
Atlanta-
How many halftime fights would there be if Little John was on?
If the Super Bowl's in Atlanta, y'all bring out Little John.
Right.
That thing's going.
Right.
Y'all ain't gonna get a
Yes,
second.
gang
quarter.
signs thrown up, all that DMX style. What up?
I'm telling you, bro, they couldn't
Right.
play that back in the day at the clubs. Now we went to the bar last week and they was playing that stuff and it was
That's
kind
what's up.
of mellow.
Some Little Johns.
A little
Hey
John.
man, they should bring back Outkast, man.
Outkast was good too, bro.
That's
And
dope.
they reach a lot of crowd too, like a bigger audience.
J. Cole, maybe.
J. Cole.
Sorry, man. Y'all got me thinking.
Now
man.
we're gonna make that a segment for the next show, bro. Hey, that's,
Right on.
put it down. You know, that's gonna be on the notes next. Our all-time performers for the halftime show. Who we
Right.
want. We'll make a whole segment out of it. Radio Row.
3-6 Mafia.
Hey.
All right,
So,
man. I mean,
another
I know,
sport news.
right?
In
Sorry,
sporting
I'm all
news.
hyped up, ready to go to the
Hey, I was
club
gonna go
on a
to.
Sunday
Hey, I was
morning.
gonna go back into his playlist.
Any
And,
clubs open at 10 a.m. on a Sunday?
I don't think
Brunch.
so. No. Brunch.
Truth nightclub has brunch.
Right. James Jones talking about he's going to Traders. That's what we were talking about. We need a
Hey,
show
we
at
need a
Traders.
show out there, bro.
Dude, we need to do the live
That's not a
spot
bad
out
idea,
there,
man.
right? We're going to make that happen.
Just-
James Jones, get your crew together, bro. Get
Yeah,
them
man.
comedians together. We'll make a whole show out there.
Does anybody have any connects
We're
out
going
there?
to turn out Traders Village.
They ain't ready for us, bro. We just need a tent.
Right
Give us a tent and a microphone. We don't even have to go
Right on.
live.
I got
this
the
one
tent.
mic.
We don't even got to record it. We,
We
just
don't
be out
even
there
need
talking
the tent.
smack.
I got a tent.
There you go. We've got a tent. Look
We
at
just
that.
need a 10 by 10 spot.
Hey, bring your own coolers. What else can you want, bro?
Right.
We'll sit on the coolers if y'all want to have a chat. We'll just talk about sports and some birds.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk. Tell me about yourself. Minnesota. We're talking about quarterback controversy before we got derailed.
that's all good.
But Minnesota has one too. Minnesota has a little issues, and that's
Chase
good problems.
Keenum,
They
you got
really-
Teddy
really-
Two Gloves.
And Sam
Sam
Bradford.
Bradford.
Sam, I can't stay healthy, Bradford.
Okay.
While he can't
So-
stay healthy, he did put up good numbers for him, and that he did that last year. He wasn't
does that
bad.
every year.
He wasn't bad.
He has the talent. He just can't stay healthy, man.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes it's just not meant to be, man.
Yeah. So
And then you got Teddy Two Gloves, who hasn't made it back.
he hasn't done much.
He had like one snap that one game.
I mean, as a career wise, though, he hasn't done much, bro. I would, if I was them, I would be trying to do what I can to court and keep Case Keenum.
Case Keenum, yeah.
But they're also saying he may be available. So what do you guys think? Do you think Minnesota Vikings should let Case Keenum
I would keep
walk?
him, bro.
I mean, to me, Case Keenum got you a game away from the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's healthy. Your other two quarterbacks are coming off injury. One can't stay healthy. I mean, ask the Rams all about it. I'm sure they're glad they moved on and now they got Goff. So why would Minnesota go back to an unhealthy Bradford?
Yeah.
When Case
There's
Keenum,
too many question marks.
Case Keenum made the plays that he needed to make. I mean, the Eagles just had a solid defense. It wasn't all on Keenum that day.
Yeah,
he did make some bad throws, but at the same time, it wasn't all his fault. I think it was a lot to do with preparation. I mean, because they didn't make the right adjustments too. The Eagles just came in there and just mollywopped him.
Bro.
I mean, he got him. Like I said, he got him a game away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He wasn't even expected to play for them this year.
I think a lot of that was knee-jerk reaction and just like, man, this guy sucked in this game, biggest game of his career. But at the same time, he got him there.
He did the work all year, bro.
Yeah.
And even when Bradford came back,
He made Diggs and Thielen stars.
Thielen was
right?
like one of the most productive receivers this year, bro. Like he was consistent every week, and Stephon Diggs showed out at the end of the year, and throughout the year,
he made that offense relevant.
Zach
Yeah, they
Rudolph,
lost
you know,
Peterson. They lost Peterson going into
and who knows how different would
Then
have
they
been.
lost a stud running back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Rookie
say.
running back also.
That would've been
There's no telling what it would have been if he would have had Dalvin Cook in that playoff game.
Exactly.
That could have changed the whole aspect
whole
of the
the whole
dynamic.
season, dude. Their seeding may have been better. Like Cook was on fire when he was playing. He was
I
exceptional.
mean, you
rookie.
got to think about it. He came into the starting position without knowing he was going to be the starter.
Yeah, don't.
And then he had running backs that aren't just like star running backs with Latavius Murray and I can't even think of his name right now. What's the other dude?
McKinnon.
Jerick McKinnon. And like I said, a game away from the Super Bowl with backup running backs. And the wide receivers, they're good, but nobody knew they were going to be star wide receivers till he made them names that people wanted to pick up in fantasy.
Don't be that team, Minnesota.
People were talking about it. So
let him go, and then
don't
you
let
can
him
go somewhere
go.
else.
I think
speaking
overall,
from a team
gotta keep him.
that won a championship and started letting the championship pieces go, you don't do that.
We saw that here with the Mavericks, bro.
Right on.
Yeah.
You got to keep them together, man. Do it for the fans.
He might have had a bad game in that in one of the biggest games, but you know what? You go into the offseason to prepare for that, to get them ready for that type of game, and you never know. You may be in the Super Bowl the next year.
You got to keep Keenum, bro. I think you keep him.
I think you keep Keenum,
and you can let Teddy go. You ain't done nothing with him. You ain't done nothing with him
even before he was hurt.
Yeah. So I mean, who do you get? I mean, I don't know what the contract is for off the top of my head for Sam Bradford, but he's not looking too good. I mean, yeah, y'all traded for him and y'all were excited to get a decent quarterback, but you got a proven one.
He was looking pretty average too. Like when he was playing, he wasn't doing what Keenum was doing, or at least the team wise and the team flow of things and their whole offense. Yeah, he wasn't up to Keenum's level that they were playing at for most of the season. But I mean, this is an off season. It's gonna be a long off season. We're gonna be keeping in touch. I mean, not only with these teams, but all these teams, and talking about different moves that are made. And there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of movement, and we'll see what happens.
We had Cowboys signed a defensive coordinator as a backs coach now.
Nice.
Man, I didn't
from the Seahawks.
From the Seahawks, I forgot his name.
I don't have it either.
I don't have it. I wrote it down, but I heard it like 4 or 5 times, and I was talking about him all week. How excited I was to get him because we got some young defensive backs, and this coach, this coach was involved in getting the Legion of Boom together, bro. Yeah. So, I mean, I could only see positive things coming out of this. So
and towards the end of the season for the Cowboys, our defense still wasn't a legit defense, but you could also see that these young guys are starting to come together. You can start to see the potential once Cheeto came back, once all the pieces were there. You could see in the secondary. So Chris
Richard is our new defensive coach.
He's somebody, and there's also somebody that he has some ties to that may open some doors. I know Cowboys fans are excited for Earl Thomas, maybe.
He said he wanted to come here.
He wanted to come here. He's got connections to them. A lot of coaches have their certain guys
Yeah,
that
they
like,
want to
they
get.
recommend, and a lot of players have certain coaches. I don't know exactly what the relationship is, but I'm sure it won't
I
hurt.
think they're good, dude, but I don't know if Seattle's got problems too because they got to pay a lot of people right now.
Yeah,
But
but
that Legion of Boom and the defense.
right, but you would see them as a unit, and they're still good. But you could see they're wanting to fist fight like almost every game. So they've been playing together for a long time. There's a lot of egos. There's a lot of personalities there.
Yeah.
And one of the best and the rocks of their defense wants to come here, and one of their coaches came here. I think that's
like, come on.
It might be a sign. I mean, I might be looking too much into it. I might be seeing it with my Cowboys goggles, but at the same time, I mean, hey, that's something that you may be hopeful for because we could use some leadership.
We could.
As some people
on the
mentioned,
defensive side, yeah.
that, you know, on our pages as well. Once Lee has gone down, we've lost some leadership. And it's pretty much inevitable that Sean Lee is going to get hurt at some point.
He will.
Right, guys?
We could put a bet on it right now.
So we're going to need some type of leader on defense to be able to facilitate and to be able to tell people, hey, you need to be here, you need to be there, get your ass back over here, get your ass back over there.
And it'd be nice to have.
We don't have that right now. And
don't.
if Earl Thomas was to be able to come here and work with Lee when he's healthy.
2 captains on the field like that, bro. That's,
like,
man.
That would be
right?
Because then
awesome.
Sean Lee doesn't have to worry about getting his back set up. We let Earl do that. And then he can get his linebackers and the linemen set up. And bro, you give them. I think to me, you give the line some time just to get to the quarterback with some pressure from the backs. Man, it's gonna be a whole different defense, bro. Like it's one move can make a big difference, and I'm excited for him to come in. I hope Earl Thomas doesn't get franchise tagged by Seattle, and I hope that we go out and get him. So man, I'm excited for him, bro.
Hopefully, that's good things to come.
I mean, even if we
Cowboys
don't
are making some moves and basically some specialized coaches stuff.
Yeah,
they
man,
ain't the
some
moves that
boring
we want to
moves.
make, but
Yeah.
at the same time, at least we're trying to make some.
We're trying
progress.
something,
We're gonna
man.
see what we do and try to stay
For the Cowboy
optimistic,
fans, though, we'll give you that
Cowboys
nugget,
fans. It's
that
gonna be a
Cowboy
long off
nugget.
season, so we're still thinking about you guys too.
Yeah.
We still love our Cowboys no matter what. So
Yeah,
that's
even
how that goes.
I'm just ready for the draft. I'm gonna try to be at the draft. That's all I
That
know.
is-
Man,
yeah.
draft in Dallas, we'll be
here.
there. Shit.
Yep.
I don't know how I'm gonna get a ticket, and I know they're free. So
No, none of that's gonna be free, but that's just a
no,
once in a lifetime.
the
type
tickets
of
to
thing.
the draft are free.
Are
Actually,
they? Well,
yeah,
we'll
but
see.
you have
for
to
now.
like, find a way to get them.
For
Yeah,
now,
for
for
now.
now, for now, and
You
then
can't
there's the
find them, then people will sell it,
aftermarket,
yeah.
and then that's when we buy
Scalp 'em.
probably. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And now maybe we'll do a tailgate out there, bro.
Yeah, beg, borrow, steal, kill, whatever we gotta do. We're gonna be up in
Mine
there.
is the last one.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I didn't mean
We want
that.
to cut that out.
That was a joke.
Cut, Mino, cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Letting out secrets.
Yeah, no, and just to retouch on what our people are saying, Fredo's talking about chicken and legs at the Traders Village first show, and that we need some Latin flavor
shizzle.
up in the Super Bowl, and
We
I
do.
agree completely with you, Miss Priscilla.
But just
And,
not Romeo.
Of course, East Dallas remembers Little John at the Lowrider Show, Wild In over there, and all over Fair Park, the DMX. Like he has roots in Dallas.
He
too.
does.
Little John knows what's up with Dallas. Pitbull as well. And Sean Lee hasn't played a full season in a while. He isn't dependable.
I don't think he has. He started.
I agree that that's one of the top things that we're gonna have to address. Linebacker is gonna be one of the high points.
One of the
that
high
we're gonna have to
priorities,
be
I
looking
think.
at, in this draft. So we'll see, what comes of that.
All right. And then some other news, sports news. LeBron got 30K. 30,000.
Congrats
Seventh
to
player.
him.
The youngest
30K.
player.
Hate him or
Bro.
love him, he's still in the finals every damn year.
I do love and hate him. I do both.
Yeah. LeBron, of course, being a Dallas fan, we had some beef with him, but you can't help but respect his game.
But I do
and
respect
see what
him.
he's done with his teams, and
He's a beast, bro.
It doesn't matter. He's going to end up in the finals.
He's,
or close to
he's
the
always going to
finals.
be in that conversation of one of the greatest
It's
of all
always
time.
going to be
Go.
who was the
I
greatest.
think he has to be. Yeah, I think he has to.
He's got to be in the conversation. Now, me and
Yeah.
my brother-in-law have discussions and heated debates once a month probably about
Yeah,
who's
but
the
he's
best.
still-
but he's one of the best.
He's
In this
still an
generation,
ongoing
he is the
book,
best. Yeah.
though. Like LeBron,
Yeah, he's still open, man.
He's going to be the GOAT, like no matter what.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to say, but he can pass, he can defend, he can shoot, he can score
Yeah.
whatever he
Man,
wants.
we can have a
He-
whole
he
show on
changed,
this.
when you change the game or the way that the game is played to
Yeah.
to people where they have to make a game plan for you specifically.
Right on.
That's crazy, man. Like when he came into the league, like chasing down people and blocking them from behind and stuff
yeah,
like
he's
that.
a different monster, man.
What's
Yeah.
unique about him, everybody wants to compare him to MJ. He wants to make everybody better. To me, he reminds me of Magic. He makes everybody around him better on his team. It doesn't matter if it's Timothy Mozgov, if it's some Tyson, or not, I'm sorry, I I can't even think of his name right now, but a lot of different players. Mo
Shumpert.
Williams, he's got a lot of different players. I was thinking of the big guy. I wanted to say Tyson Chandler, but it's not Tyson Chandler. But anyways, he makes his guys all around him better. So and that's what he does.
The only thing I have to add to that, and I'm a realist, man, but I also, you got to compare, the games are different from different eras. So you have
James Jones is one of those type of guys. James Jones has won a lot of.
You have different eras, and the games play different, and people always want to compare, like. And I tell my brother-in-law this too, because like he's a big LeBron fan. I love Michael Jordan, bro. But it's a different game. It's a different era. You can't compare them all, because now that these athletes are different monsters, bro. Like it's a whole different game. The game is different compared to how the game was, from the 80s to the 90s, and then the game is different in the 70s and 80s. So I think you can't have just the best player, because the game has evolved.
Well, Ronnie says Jordan's better.
Yeah, and I can argue with that. I can argue that he isn't, and I can go back to this different generation.
Yeah, people say that, and then Jordan did take a hiatus to go play some baseball,
and
some
still
minor
came
league
back.
baseball.
Yeah.
You know,
came
what I mean?
back, but
And
Jordan
he actually played.
Yeah, he played, and he played with the Wizards later on when he wasn't so great. I don't know if anybody remembers
I
that. A lot
remember
of
that.
people tend to forget that.
they forget that. And I was like, hey man, he did come back, and he wasn't as good as he was. But I think still though, my Mount Rushmore, I got MJ and LeBron in
Right.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, you
Well,
can
let-
argue it's apples.
Yeah, it's apples and
kind of
oranges.
like-
Little Manuel said, we have LeBron and Brady are GOATs, in my opinion, besides Jordan, though.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, Jordan.
Yeah, it's a
you
different
can say
era,
he's
bro.
it's a
And my
different
brother
era. It's a
Tony
classic song.
checking in. He's
Hey,
a big
what's up,
fan.
So everybody wants to talk now that LeBron. We're talking some LeBron.
Is that
That's
what
what's
we
up.
needed, LeBron?
That's what's up. LeBron, Jordan. Besides Jordan, though, yeah.
Although I do have
Tony says go.
I gotta throw my salt in there. I haven't done it in a few shows.
Yeah.
I was at
dust some of that.
I was at a basketball game for fourth graders and fifth graders, and they were these kids imitate how players play. And I need to ask all your NBA players, quit whining about not getting a call, because these little kids are 10 years old whining to the refs about not getting a call when they can't even make the basket. The scores are like 20 to 11, 20 to 17. They don't score but 20 points. But these kids will imitate Steph and LeBron and all these fools that cry about not getting a call. They sit there and look at the ref like, man, get your head back in the game and go play. You're 10.
Okay, I got a list. Let's look at some of his best teammates, and we'll go reverse. So 1, Dwayne Wade. We got 2, Kyrie Irving. So those guys are good. Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, Ray Allen. Those guys are all potential Hall of Famers or potential Hall of Famers, right? And then we go to 6. Then you got Ilgauskas, Tristan Thompson, James Jones, Anderson Varejao,
Tony Kukoc,
Mario
Luke Longley.
Chalmers, Larry Hughes, Mo Williams, Anton Jameson,
Ooh,
Shaquille
Anton.
O'Neal. That was way late in his career, 2009 and
That
10.
was yeah.
That Shaq was not.
Shaq.
He
I
was
forgot that
like
he was even over
the
there.
big old guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't anything. He wasn't the big cactus or any of that stuff anymore. Okay, so those top 5, nice.
Yeah.
When you look at Jordan and his teams, he had Pippen,
Rodman,
Kukoc, Longley,
all these type of guys.
Steve Kerr.
Cartwright. You're naming all these guys, you know what I mean? But I mean, he's done it. You got to give credit.
Oh,
where
yeah,
credit
no,
is
I'm
due.
definitely-
I mean, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, and I hated it that I still hate that he made fun of Dirk when he was sick and had the flu with Dwayne Wade. That was some childish BS. Everybody knows it, but you got to give credit. Where credit is due.
I think the only argument that I ever have is when we just have it. It's just fun to debate who's
No,
better.
it
Jordan
is. It is, and
but
everybody's gonna
definitely,
have their own opinion.
You can't if you are a true sports fan and you're gonna say that LeBron is not a GOAT or one of the contenders to be the best, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, and Ronnie brings up an excellent point. Jordan playing today would kill with the rules today, with the soft play.
The soft play. It's a
Bro,
different era.
if you
but
look
it's
at the 90s, the bad boy teams that Jordan had
That's
to
a
play and
rough
go
team,
up against
bro.
and finally
Detroit
beat.
Pistons.
Yeah. When you're talking about those teams that he had to play, that's tough, man.
Then that's the debate that I had with my brother all the time. It's a different era, bro. You can't tell
the
me
Knicks, the Ewing
that.
Knicks, like
right?
the bad boy
Cavs,
Pistons.
yeah.
The Karl Malone Jazz.
Karl
There
Malone,
you
yeah, I'm
go.
telling you, it's
There
a
you go.
different era. And he had the comparisons like, well, look at who LeBron's facing. These are Hall of Famers. Hey, bro, Jordan stopped a whole era of teams winning and Hall of Famers that are Hall of Famers now.
And that was
been
before the
winning.
super team era,
That
too.
was before.
just,
This is who you got to play with who you got, bro.
Right.
And you know you had you just organically happened, not like let me call you on the weekend. Hey, bro, let's just go play
take a cruise.
Let's go play for Minnesota this year. Like this, it's a different era. But
see, I'm with Little Manuel. He says he said earlier, LeBron and Brady are GOATs, but he hates them both. I'm with him.
Yeah.
You know, I've always said that
today.
LeBron is one of the greatest players, but I still hate him.
Yeah, I'm with Little Manny. And
He does
with
get a
Big
little
Manny,
bit more
who
love,
also say
though, 'cause
they
he's a
hate
Cowboys
LeBron
fan.
and Brady.
Yes.
So I'm in the same boat, but
we
at
can
the same
respect
time, you
them.
got to respect them.
Yeah, we respect them, but I mean we can't.
He gets a little respect because he's a Cowboys fan.
We're
Yeah,
gonna talk about him
he gets a little pass
subjectively.
from me all the time because
Yeah.
he's a Cowboys fan and he be rocking the
Yeah.
Cowboys gear.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
that only gets you so far.
If James Jones is saying LeBron hair products, I need to know the plug because I need something done with this stuff.
Where did he get that?
Where
Where did he get that plug?
I need
There's
some
no
hair.
coming back from that.
There ain't
man.
no coming back from that. It's all good.
Nah,
Bald is
bro.
beautiful.
If they can get LeBron's hairline back, you can get some, bro. We got you.
I know. I need his plug.
Any sponsors out there? Do y'all
Call
have?
me LeBron. What up? And Fredo says Horace Grant. What up with Horace Grant?
Hey.
Horace Grant is an underrated player.
He is underrated.
Didn't need the ball, rebounds,
man.
grinding, technical fouls, all that stuff. He was holding it down in the 90s. He was on a lot of championship teams also, so big shout out to
He was
him.
on-
He
I
doesn't
remember
get
when he was
enough
with
credit.
with
He was my
Magic,
type
bro.
of player. Yeah. He was with the Magic during their
Just
stuff.
doing
He
work,
was-
bro. Just do work.
I mean, he's on winning teams, dude. Like Robert Ory too. He's someone that nobody really talks about. Those type of guys, like you need those type of guys to win those championships. So
Your
I mean,
your
it
key
takes
factor.
a lot to it. Yeah. So we'll see what
But yeah,
happens. The
I
NBA
still think
season's still young.
it's
All-Star
still-
weekend's coming.
James Jones said
Next
he's a
week.
flop king.
Yeah, he really
That's
is.
this era,
Oh
though,
my
man. I can't
God,
stand this era.
yes. Him and
You
Ginobili.
can't breathe on somebody without getting a technical foul.
Yeah,
It's like James Harden.
I hate it. Like that's why I love basketball, but I don't watch.
can't
it as
watch
much
it
as
no
I
more.
used to because of that crap right there.
Like
Right.
you let people walk.
Almost
Look,
as bad as soccer.
And
I
that's
play old school style. I play
Like,
fouls, knuck if you
Yeah,
buck. You
throw
gonna-
your elbows when you get them rebounds.
Most likely, there's gonna be at least 1 or 2 fights in that game. Like
and
I
Ronnie
love that
can- Ronnie
old
can
90s
attest to that.
style. Ronnie, what up? You know what's up, dog.
that has happened. We speak from experience. We're just like,
Yeah.
let him go. Let him go.
Tony asked a great question. 95 Bulls are today's Golden State. I would take 95
95
Bulls
Bulls
day.
all day.
All day. If you were just given style versus style and let them play their just normal style,
Yeah.
no rules. Like I mean rules, but not the same ticky tack rules that are going on
Yeah.
today. If you were to
These
play
little
95
cats-
rules
These cats would get
against
dominated
95
in the paint,
Bulls,
bro.
they would get killed
In the paint.
Draymond
Domin-
Green would not have a chance.
Nope.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think because the guys, if they're in their prime, let's say we can make that magic happen, the 95 Bulls would wreck shop. They wouldn't put up 115 points.
Yeah,
I
Rodman
put
would
some money
give
on
him
it.
everything he can handle.
Rodman
Yeah.
would man, Damon Green would just look
He'd
at Rodman.
be
I'm
pissed.
sorry.
Like he wouldn't know what to do. Rodman
They
would be
wouldn't,
in his
right.
ear. Rodman would be
He
dictating everything. Green
Rodman
does
would punk out Draymond
Yeah,
Green.
exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Real quick.
Within the first quarter, like it would. I mean, I don't know.
Like and that's the thing about Rodman, bro. That's why that my brother that's one of his favorite players, bro. He looks crazy, and then you have to go play him. He's in your face and in your ear, your head. Like,
Yeah.
man, nah. These little kids would be like, "This is a foul." That ain't a foul, bro.
Yeah.
Not everything's a foul.
yeah.
You can't be throwing your mouthpiece to the rest because you don't get
Roddy's
your
saying I
call.
don't like to play rough. I play rough. I'm just like I try to play cool. That's my basketball style. I play cool until people get rough, but when they get rough, I play rough back, and then a lot of times they don't seem to like my style of
then we
rough.
start playing
I come
football.
from that EGT school of basketball.
We
and
spun
that's
uphill,
rough
bro.
as F. Yeah.
We
it's
played
rough as
we played on an
AF.
uneven court, bro. So yeah, we played going up a hill, and the
Yeah.
basketball goal was leaning. So you can't be. We got to start moving and fighting to get
Yeah,
the ball.
there ain't much room out there. So
We-
you gotta
there
do what you
wasn't no
gotta do.
room. Like, we played good paintball game, and we played in the paint.
And play in the paint. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, but
So,
that's a good question, man. I'm
man,
glad I
I'm
got y'all
loving
woke
this.
up.
I'm loving that everybody's awake and giving their
Right.
input
Yeah.
on the LeBron. That's what
maybe
we've been
we'll
needing,
have an
bro.
all-star special.
We really
segment
need
should,
for
some
that.
bro.
slam dunk stuff.
Oh, shout out to Dennis Smith, man. Got invited
Dennis
to
Smith to the dunk contest.
Well,
Whoop, whoop.
we need that, dude. We
Somebody,
haven't had-
let's make it fun
the
again,
Mavericks
man.
have not had a presence in the slam dunk competition since I don't know when.
Ever.
And
Michael
whoever
Finley?
it was, in Finley,
Michael
he
Finley?
didn't even do much in there.
No.
You know what I mean? So he was probably a first round knockout. So we don't have very much representation in the All Star
We
weekend.
really
period.
haven't had somebody like him that could just drive the ball and
Just
slam like he
rap.
does.
Yeah,
Man, if y'all
so-
didn't catch that 360 dunk against
Nice, man.
was it Washington?
I saw the
Man.
highlight. That was good,
Ooh.
man.
be awesome,
So
man.
yeah, Team Tank. Let's get him another player.
Right
Right.
on.
And he's going to the Rising Stars game. so-
Yup.
Yeah, right on. So Mavs are sitting at 16-34. I'm all about the Team Tank.
Team Tank. Let's go ahead and just get another high pick, man. We're just a few picks away,
Right
bro.
on.
They're not-
While we're talking about basketball, can we just touch on a couple things? Boogie Cousins tore his Achilles. He's one of the best centers in basketball. So this is somebody that we have to talk about big time. Them losing Cousins, the Pelicans losing Cousins is a big deal. You okay? My bad.
Yeah,
You
no,
throw
you're
you
good.
guys
No,
off?
go ahead,
My
go ahead,
bad.
go ahead.
But no, I was just going to say, since we're talking basketball, we might as well go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to Melo also, who hit a milestone of 25K. One of the best pure scorers in basketball. No ways around it. Defense, he might not be that guy, but, I mean, props to Melo for hitting those points.
And,
Right.
And before we move on even more with, I'll let you continue. I just want to remind everybody that we want to thank you for listening and watching the SportsCave. It's only on #champs, and we want to remind you that if you can see any of our previous recordings on vod.thesportscave.live. vod.thesportscave.live. And I mentioned that because I'm sure this is going to be one to go back and watch.
Yeah.
You guys, this is a good episode.
Well, especially with the chat coming in.
Yeah,
And,
man.
Manny, real quick, before we go into anything else, Little Manny's asking, what do we think about the season? Are we okay with tanking? And I also think
I think so.
I think it's something that we have to do.
I mean,
we're
it's
going to
not-
need pieces. Dirk is on his way out. It's probably his last season.
It's
we
one of
have
those
some
debates,
okay
bro.
guys.
Do you want to try to make a playoff run and then get a mediocre
Well-
pick, or do you just say, hey, this is what we got?
Yeah, what's the point? Like, we're so
Like-
far out of it. Like, I think right now we should just. I mean, we play, and of course,
I think,
Carlisle's
I think
team is not
organic
going to.
tanking is what they need to do. Is
I
just
think that's
kinda
what we're going to be doing.
tank without tanking.
Yeah.
Later towards the season, we're going to be playing some younger guys. and stuff
Carlisle's
like
not that
coming
type of guy to just let it go like that, but I'm sure he can make it where he knows where we're at,
Yeah,
who we
I
got to
think-
play. Let the young guys get some work in.
Right.
But
I
yeah,
just I don't know.
I want another high pick because I see
Maybe.
we got Dennis Smith and look what he
lucked
brings
out,
to the
we
table.
lucked out with him at,
Yeah,
at the
we need to get him some pieces.
yes.
Right on.
It ain't just-
we
it ain't
need-
just
I mean,
Dirk.
we have
I
Harrison
don't
Barnes.
see I don't see New Orleans Noel being back.
No,
They've
definitely.
been doing him kind of like it's
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, he's-
I don't know.
And James Jones, we're talking about JJ Barea. I mean, he's one of those guys. I think I could see him being a lifetime Mav, and he's not
Yeah.
going to cost us a lot. I think he'll
Hometown,
work with
hometown
us.
discount.
He'll
Yeah.
do that Dirk discount.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think he's
so.
a Mav for life.
I think he
he's
likes it here,
gone.
too.
Tried Orlando, it didn't work out for him in any way. I think we're going to keep him.
I think they'll make something work.
I think
He's also
one of those dudes that's
one
going to
of-
be Mav for life, big time, big time. I could see him coaching in here and being here a long time. Yeah,
He's
so-
gonna be our Popeye Jones of this generation.
Yeah, and then Tony's saying we don't have a chance anyways. We might as well
Really
just
don't,
tank.
bro.
I think we're all on the same boat, guys. Like,
Right.
this is not really a whole lot.
The
of
NBA
movement.
product has changed so much
It
through the
has
years,
changed. You
bro.
almost have to tank to get
Like-
your
Like
team
you have
back
to have.
going.
I mean, all these teams trying to build super teams now.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, look at the Thunder. They got Melo over there. They got George over there.
Yeah.
They got Westbrook. They did lose Andre Robertson last night, though.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
no, I hear you.
that might affect them. But it's
Yeah.
just this changed how they build these teams now. And like if you can't convince a star player to come to your play for your team, that you got to do your work in the draft. So
Right. Yeah, Manny brings up a good point saying that Carlisle's such a good coach. It sucks to see him, it
Yeah.
sucks to see them having a bad team knowing that they could be more. But I think Carlisle and Cuban have an understanding together that
They know what's up.
this isn't just this year. This is a process, and they're going to have to try to work Dirk on his way out with class and let him try to go out, with class and at least try to, let him know, like, hey, we love you, Dirk. Dirk, you're everything for us. But at the same time, it's time to rebuild. And we're
Yep.
trying to
That's
do,
gonna be a hard
do what we
decision to
can.
make,
We got some
man.
young
I say-
people.
I say
We'll
keep
see how
him
many
as a
years.
coach.
I mean, do y'all think this is Dirk's last year for sure?
I don't know, man.
I see him trying to come back one more year. I think
might.
it should be his last. But he's been playing good enough to where he's gonna want to play another year.
I think so too. I think
if he gets
you
a
nailed
good,
it.
I think if he gets a good piece, he can come off the bench even some, or rest some more, and build a decent team to where we can get back in the hunt. And yeah, man, I don't think he's gonna quit, but he's getting there.
Any names in free agency y'all looking at that would be a fit for us?
One that I was thinking about, and I think a lot of Mavs fans were thinking about, was Cousins, and he's hurt, so that's going to make an interesting splash on not only his team but the whole
Hometown
free
boy.
agent market. So
Yeah.
we'll see what's out there. I haven't heard a lot of names that we're going in. Plus, as a Mavs fan, do you have a lot of faith in us being able to attract the top
land
free
a
agent?
free agent?
We're
I
going to
don't
go
know.
with those second tier guys. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just kind of what's been happening. So, we'll see.
You'd
what
have to
happens.
have two guys come together and want to come here. And
Right.
that's going to be one of
Yeah,
those super
it's gonna
team
be
type
tough.
deals. Yeah.
It's going to be tough. So we'll see what kind of draft pick we get and what we can do going forward. But I think we're going to end up with those second tier, third tier type of free agent guys, like always, But we'll see what we can do. But Carlisle's a damn good coach, and I appreciate you saying that, Manny. I think he's a good coach. Being able to do what he's doing.
You see it even in the games that they play. Even when they lose, they're still like in every game. And that's just coaching right there.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't
does
have
what he
a
does,
great
man.
team. He has a mediocre team.
Yeah, and our viewers
but
agree.
he gets a lot of out of each player. You can see it in his coaching that they're in there. They're like they take leads against teams you wouldn't even think they had a chance to. And they take them to the wire sometimes.
Right. And you step back and you look at the whole NBA landscape. There aren't a whole lot of good coaches out there, bro. I mean, there's Popovich. You got Kerr. Those are two
That's
of the
about
top
it,
guys.
bro.
Then you talking.
Everybody else moves around.
So you're
Carlisle,
saying
everybody's
Luke
moved
Walton's
over.
not a great coach?
Dookie Lukey is not my favorite coach,
No.
man. Dookie Lukey is still Dookie Lukey to me.
Yeah.
I
to
mean,
me,
look at D'Antoni.
LeBron's
I
a good
respect
coach
the crap
out
out
of
of his
Cleveland.
dad, but
D'Antoni
I
is a
think he's
good
getting
coach in the right system.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
D'Antoni's
gotta
a
have
good
his team.
offensive coach.
good at
Defense,
run and
forget
shoot.
about it. Yeah, forget about it. So, and
Cleveland's best coach is LeBron, bro.
yeah,
So,
basically.
I mean, we got some things out there going on.
That's true.
Basically, I don't think he's available for a coaching job
Yeah, not
anytime
yet.
soon.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We did talk about this before the show started. The Winter Olympics. We are cultured people. We do watch the Olympics, summer and winter. They start February
I've been
9th.
watching a little every now and then. I'll watch some trials, skiing.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy,
different
man.
Stuff like that.
How
It's
can
gonna
you
suck
sit
that
there
the-
and
to me, it's
ski
gonna
and
suck.
shoot?
This part that the hockey NHL guys aren't going to be able to play this year, so that will be a downfall for the hockey. But overall, I'll start watching it, the entry or the beginning of the games,
prelims and all that.
all that good stuff. So I'll be watching more of the luge, different stories
luge
I'll
is
be
fun.
looking out for. I like to look for the underdogs and see different teams like. Just for example, like the Jamaican bobsled team or the Nigerian women's bobsled team, I'm gonna be on the lookout for them. Those type of people are the people I like to look
runnings.
for. Yeah, I like any of that type of stuff.
I'm
That's
just
feel
looking,
good stuff.
I'm just looking to see if it'll be the next Tanya Harding or something, man.
Yeah, I like some ice skating
bro,
too, bro. Don't give me.
Let's just put it out
nothing
there.
too crazy.
We do watch some ice skating, man.
I watch some ice skating. Hello.
Yeah, it's crazy how they do all that stuff on the ice, man. We could barely rollerblade to try to play hockey. These people are jumping in the air doing flips.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
But it's cool,
Olympics
man. They
coming
like
up
the
soon.
high jump, like ski high
There's
jump.
gonna be
and then
sports on all day, every day. So
it's something.
something to
We
watch.
can't go without watching.
That's what
something.
us nerds live for. So
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Right.
Tune in. Tell us something about it. If there's something we need to talk about, let's talk about it.
I know another thing that was announcement was I think the Sports Cave reported to y'all before big networks was jumping on it was the XFL announcement was made by Vince McMahon that he's bringing it back. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but the way I heard the interview, he's not trying to do a gimmick wrestling type like he did the last XFL where they had bits. He said he's gonna hire some professionals that take a step back.
That's awesome.
He's not gonna they're not gonna have a crossover with the WWE. This is gonna be
I love
XFL
it.
its own thing.
I love it.
And it's going to be on time when he wants people to watch football when there's no NFL on.
I haven't looked into it. I know what he presented before, but I also know that there's no really real alternative in the U.S. for football.
Nope.
And during those downtimes, we're itching for football. We can watch baseball. We can watch basketball. We can watch whatever. But if there's some football on and some legit football, I think we'll watch it.
Right.
I personally will watch it.
Yeah.
CFL, sorry, I can't get into it.
I can't do it.
The rules are too different. It's
110 yards.
Yeah, it's just
something
way too
weird like that.
different.
I can't do it.
I can't get into it. The XFL, if they can keep it simple and do something like the NFL, there's a need for that. There's no minor league for football. I mean, they have arena football, and it's okay, but it's got its issues also. It's too different from the
Way
original
different game,
sport.
yeah.
It's a way different game.
How do y'all feel about him saying that nobody with a criminal record can play in the XFL?
I say good luck, sir.
I think I know he said I know he said no DWIs and no
Domestic.
something else. Yeah,
I say he's probably going to look at his talent pool and then probably reconsider that
I
later
think they're
on.
they're not rushing into it like they did last time. Last time, if anybody watches those 30 for 30s, they had an XFL special. You know that they rush into it with like a year, and they just started just randomly picking people and letting everybody go. They're taking 2 years to get this done in 2020.
That's
so.
cool. If I was Vince McMahon and I was in his camp, I'd be like, dude, you need to slow down on that crap. Let's get the best players that you can get, period. Because there are going to be guys.
Because that's what ultimately it comes down to is having what talent you have on the field.
There are going to be guys in the NFL that have the talent, but haven't been able to get their act right, and they need a second chance, and that's what they're going to be looking for the XFL.
And that's what he's looking for.
And if you're not capitalizing on those type of dudes, then you're missing out on the whole point, to me. So I think he should probably reconsider on that and maybe shut up and just kind of calm down.
Yeah.
He's trying to separate himself from the NFL, and I get that because NFL has this and that going on and blah, 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 and he's trying to hype his stuff up. But when you want the best players in the best situations,
I think they're going to reconsider what some of the rules, and he hasn't put anything together as far as like what the accreditations they need and things like that. But
exactly, and see, Ronnie nailed it to me. He said he has a real shot since they're not following with the politics, and that's what he's going to do.
That's
he's going to try to separate
no
himself. No politics, no this and this and that.
It's just a sport.
We're not run by corporate. McMahon has his own money. He doesn't need that money.
He sold a bunch of stock. Like I forgot how much, but it was buku money, bro. He put up his own money. He's separating everything. He is funding this with his personal money. So
yeah,
I mean, it works.
Hear you. I mean, Manny said he's excited about that. James Jones says he wants to see somebody get hit in the knee. So we'll see if they're any looser on the rules. That's another thing. If they're able to just tweak the rules a little bit to make it a little bit more watchable. If you watch the NFL, it's only
I actually watched. Penalties. I heard I had the entire interview going, and they had interview questions called in, but it was from big time reporters from CBS Sports and ESPN, and that's one of the questions they asked. How is it going to differ? And that their goal is what Vince said. Their goal is to simplify the rules so that it's watchable worldwide.
I didn't even see the thing. You swear I was there. You know what I mean? But that's how we do.
That's
how
we.
I mean? But that's the type of stuff that you need to be innovative.
He's trying to simplify the rule. Because one thing I want them, they asked him is like, but I think he needs to address is a catch. Let's just make it simple, bro. If you catch it and you fall down with it, it's a catch. There's like the NFL, they can't get a catch right. So but he's trying to simplify the rules to where it's watchable for other countries and people that are interested in watching. And he's separating everything, no gimmicks. He said he's going to hire professionals. He's going to step back and let them do their thing and have a quality product. That's what he said. So.
And Ronnie's saying that he's going to say he won't allow criminals and make them stand for the anthem and blah, blah, blah. Where have we heard this before, Ronnie? Yeah. So that's just, he's going after a certain style and going after the offended audience, as Ronnie stated, to quote Ronnie. But, yeah, I mean, there's a niche for that, though.
Yeah.
There's people that are falling off every day of the NFL bandwagon for whatever reason. And it's going to be there, and it's going to be in the NFL offseason. He'd be crazy. If he was going to try it during the NFL season, it would never work. Smart. But you also know that there's football fans craving it. We're going to watch it just because it's football, and if it's anywhere close to quality, then we're going to watch it.
If it's starting off with, if I'm not mistaken, he said they're starting off with 8 teams, and like a lot of questions were being asked about what cities are going to get it, but he said every city right now is open. He did state that they do plan on playing in football stadiums, so they're not gonna go. And he goes, occasionally we can't get in there.
So HBJ
baseball field. He's talking about big stadiums, bro. Okay. So I don't know.
Not Homer B. Johnson.
But we could bring him over here. What's up?
I got you. Hey, well, I'll watch it. I'll go watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
They put in events and cheerleaders and et cetera, what have you. Blah blah blah. Blase.
If it's a football game, we're probably going to
might go try out.
Get my kicking leg in order.
Kick still.
Hey, Manny's got 3 points put up for Garland High School. What's
Garland High.
So
that's record books, man.
1999.
Ultimately,
2000.
Ultimately, I don't think there's any competition for the NFL. That's Big Brother. They're gonna always be top. They're always gonna be king. But it's nice to have something like the fire under them.
It's so much of a monopoly, dude. Like all these companies. I mean, not to get too political, but all these companies get sued every day for having monopolies. What does the NFL have?
Not to mention it'll give opportunities to other players that may not have a direct path to the NFL but can work on the craft, outside of the NFL and get a chance to make it to the NFL.
Guys like us.
I mean, look at the like at baseball, they got the minor leagues. You look at basketball, they got the summer league,
the G League.
What does the NFL got? I mean, they got not college, but there's no intermediate.
There's no intermediate, bro.
There's not. Hockey's full of minor leagues also. Yeah. NFL's all or nothing. Either you make the league or you don't. Bagging groceries.
And this may change like some of the draft. I'm thinking about it, the draft. Like, what if you're a late rounder and like I should have gone higher? Well, now you have the opportunity. Maybe I'll go play for the XFL if it's a quality product.
There were some guys. He hate me made it back in the day. I mentioned there's some guys. There's some success stories from the XFL that transitioned to the NFL. But if they can keep it more similar, then there'll be more of a bridge from the XFL to the NFL.
From what I took from the interview, it's going to be a quality product. It's not gimmicky. It's just football. Let's play some football. It's like so.
Right.
They didn't discuss the rules. They didn't discuss anything else. But they've taken 2 years to get it. So.
I got you. Yeah. James Jones was talking about that. He was hoping there's some more hips in the knees, hits to the knees, and that Tanya Harding Kerrigan way. I think the Tony Harding special's coming out pretty
It is.
soon.
There's a
Something
movie.
crazy.
There's a movie.
That is crazy. That still intrigues me, like
Right.
how someone could be that obsessed. But you never know. That sports free.
Hey man, that winning is winning.
Winning
I
is
tune in
winning.
every
Winning is
time and
everything.
hoping for another
I
time.
love that stuff. I loved me some Kerrigan. I love me some Christy Yamaguchi. All back in that whole era. I always used to watch all that, dude. So they need ice skating needs something to get those talks going. Hopefully not a knee hit, but you know if they can have some nice
Some competition.
Right.
something.
sweethearts, competition, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, some good stories.
This is
but-
like-
So y'all tuning into the curling gymnastics?
bro.
Curling, that's
Olympics?
Google stuff.
that's my- we're gonna
to me,
get
that
it.
looks like sweeping. Like looks
We
like
could, we could dominate, bro.
memories of Solmans and Walmart and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Like, no, I'm good.
But it's all good. You know, we move. But I mean, and to go to Saturday news and different things that
And different things
we
that
shouldn't
change.
be having to talk about, but we still have to address them, especially in 2018 at the end of last year. There was a lot of different attention coming up in the Hollywood area, but also in sports.
Now it's hitting sports,
and
man.
we're going to talk a little bit serious about sexual assault allegations that have been going on. I mean, not only allegations that have been going on, but in the USA Gymnastics, there's been a
whole
court
thing,
hearing.
bro.
Man, it's been a whole
It's
shake.
tragic to know that a coach was able to get away with what he was able
For
to
a
get away
long
with
time, too.
for so long, for
Yeah.
so many different young ladies and gymnasts and representatives of this country. You know, their families send them. It's not an easy thing to do. Your families train you and they send you to
That's your life,
different
bro. Yeah.
schools and academies and camps and what have you to be able
Right?
to be
Even
an
the
Olympian.
training camp they were at.
To be at a training camp and to the
controversy
doctor,
about-
the doctor is supposed to be someone that you're able to trust, like no matter what, like any circumstance. And for a doctor to take advantage of that position, it's terrible. And to me, there's a special place in
Yeah.
where for that type of guy. And
Shout out to
we
that
all know
judge.
that. And shout out to the
Right.
judge for making a statement to
And she
let
made
them know
it- she
this
made
is
it
not
known.
this is not going to be tolerable.
Right?
And
She's like, I hope you never
and I-
spend another
I
day
feel-
outside of jail.
I feel for all the
She went
gymnasts
wrong,
and their
bro.
families that all had to go through that. It's very serious. And
Right.
also on another note, Michigan State is also going through a similar type of situation.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you
The
can't help but
AD's
think
getting
of
in trouble,
anything.
bro.
When you talk Michigan State, now you have to think of Penn State now. So they're doing a lot of cover-ups and different things like that. And a lot of these colleges are getting away with stuff that they shouldn't be able to get away with, and pushing allegations and different things under the rug
radar,
that they
yeah.
shouldn't be able to just do. And it doesn't affect the whole school, and it sucks. And Michigan State's a great school and has a lot of rich history, but at the same time, it puts a stigma against them when their faculty do
Right.
whatever they have to do to protect the athletes, and that's not right. So
Yeah, man,
under any
so
circumstances, I mean,
It's a sad story, and I mean, it is involved sports. That's why we cover it, but it shouldn't happen. I still want to shout out that judge again. I mean, that's a good statement. There's gonna be a lot of shakedowns. I'm sure there's a lot of other schools, like other programs, that are gonna probably be worried about what's going on, because there's a lot of stuff like it happened at Baylor. Like last year with all the cover-ups and the police involved and all that.
bro.
So
they're not taking it lightly.
nah, not anymore. I think there's more shit.
The
I think
Baylor
Hollywood.
fallout, I think it opened
Yeah.
a lot of eyes.
Yeah. So
I mean, Penn
175
State
years.
also. I mean that's
yeah, the
something
Penn
that
State
you have
got they got this. They can't get any championships for however many years.
175 years.
Yeah,
this
she
dude,
she
so-
told that dude that she just signed
The
his
coach.
death warrant, bro. Like, man, that was just whoa.
And he deserves it, and that should take message. I mean, different people that have been, doing that type of stuff, or anything, even thinking about doing that type of
Yeah.
stuff. Hopefully, that'll make them take a step back. It's not right under any circumstances,
Right.
And abusing power under any circumstances is not right. Sexual harassment. We don't stand for that. I mean, we don't try to get into too much of that, but that is something that we can't ignore.
Yeah,
So
especially.
it's something in the news and very much on our minds. And I mean, Ugo has a daughter.
Yeah, I have a daughter
I
who
have a
was in
sister,
gymnastics.
like,
Yeah.
I
Your
tend to have
niece?
daughters. I have a niece. You know what I mean? And they play sports. Like, we're all about youth sports. This is what it's all about. So it's something that we couldn't ignore, and
Right.
something that we had to talk about today. Going on to better news. I mean,
Yeah.
the MLBs.
There's a lot of things going
The
on.
San Francisco Giants, they were on this path where they were winning championships every other year.
they're struggling,
Kind of like the
bro.
one-eyed wonders in the fantasy football league. of the
Kinda
Yahoo-
like that,
of the
but
Chuck
not really
Club.
like that.
They were, they were winning every other year. They kind of fell off, but they made a big splash in acquiring Evan Longoria and Andrew McCutcheon. These are two
Lifers,
perennial
yeah.
All-Star, Hall of Fame caliber type.
There were lifers in the
players.
organization, which is really weird. That's why it
And
stood out to
lifers
me.
in their organization.
Yeah.
Good dudes, good community guys. Like, two faces of franchise
They're
are
gone.
going to San Francisco, and you put them on there with Buster Posey, with
They're trying, man.
Their pitching staff, man.
It stuck out to me because the Giants always have stuck out to me since we lost them in the World Series. So.
Yeah,
but that's a
I
move,
know,
man.
But you have to.
They're making moves. The Rangers wake up. People are making moves.
Right. The Giants are that organization. I
don't feel like the Rangers have made like a big splash signing.
They brought that pitcher. What's his name? That left from Tampa too. He was with San Francisco and Tampa. Matt Moore. Yeah. That's what we done.
We're getting the Snickle Fritz.
Yeah.
And they're getting Evan Longoria and Andrew McCutcheon.
Bring Nolan Ryan back.
Yeah, dude. So we'll see how that goes. Adrian Gonzalez to the Mets. That's a big deal.
That's a big thing.
The metro area. Like the Mets have been kind of on the verge. Like every year, it's like this could be their year. But
I just hate that we don't have him. He could have been here still.
See. The Mets need some. Yeah. Rangers is one of those dudes that got away. So
the Rangers. If you look at the track record, we got to let a lot.
Yeah,
of
he wasn't
get
doing
away.
anything on the Dodgers though. They got Bellinger. They got a lot of good young guys over there that They don't need him. They made him expendable. But, I mean, there's still some moves that are going on, and the Rangers have yet to make a big move.
And in our favorite segment, what's
happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
So we want to let y'all know that there will be Sports Cave T-shirts for sale. The link will be
with the
Dallas
new logo, skyline in the background. What's up? Put on my
city. The link will be in the description. So y'all stay tuned for that and support it, man. We're just trying to get the news out.
Right. We're trying
to get our T-shirt plug right.
Yeah.
So we got it all in the works. We know we need some more new T-shirts. We're going to get them out there to y'all. We're going to make them available. The links are going to happen. That's just all in the works. Shout out to Art for hooking up, and Manny for hooking up the new logo. Basically, we had the little mic logo, and it was okay, but it just needed a little something, and they brought that little something. And
so I'm sure y'all seen it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out on the Instagram, on our Facebook. But the new logo is coming. And it will be everywhere. We're going to put it on everything we can. Toilet paper.
Everything.
If you don't like us, put it on the toilet paper. Use it. It don't matter. Just use it. Spread the word.
Some porta potties.
All we ask for you guys is to let your friends know. Share the page. Like the page. Let us grow, man. We're getting there. We're making buzz. Yeah. So much buzz that we got invited to festivals, man. Two festivals. One of them's February 17th.
Show coming up.
February.
We got some things.
Yeah, we got some going on.
February 17th. Yeah, it's
12 to 6. The Brew in our show.
Yes, sir. So that's something we can't let y'all forget. We're gonna
free shows, y'all.
Free show. Come out and support local artists. Support us. Support local business, small business.
If you got your Sports Cave tee, bring it out.
We'll sign it for you.
Don't forget Small Business Saturday.
Fredo will sign your chichis if that's what you're into.
Yeah, we can do that too, Fredo.
Yeah, right on. And March 3rd, the Beer and Chips Festival, Noble Ray Brewing Company. So we're getting our artsy fartsy.
And that guy hit us up he said he just found us on the internet and wanted us to be there. So it's happening, guys.
We're not reaching out to anybody. We're just doing what we do on Sundays. Trying to be here with y'all, talk. But yeah,
if you guys have any
Angels, my bad. I was just gonna say Angels saying the Rangers frustrate the hell out of me. I think we're all frustrated with all these DFW teams. I'm frustrated with the Mavericks, the Rangers,
Cowboys.
Stars aren't living up to their potential. Cowboys, so we're frustrated. That's what we're here for.
Got my Yankees hat on, bro.
That's what we want you here. Your favorite stations don't let you do that, so that's what we're here for. Let it all out, guys.
Right.
So we think
let it out, man.
That's what this is all about.
Let it out so you can enjoy the rest of your day. Let it all out.
For sure. And Ugo, you had some shout outs.
Yeah, man, I got some shout outs. I don't know if you guys noticed these Funko Pops. My boys here collected bobbleheads. I kind of went a different route.
Recently. When did you start this pop
thing?
I mean, you've had some.
I've had some, but I got serious
when
into
did you start trading?
November, December. I started into it. I made some trades. Recently, I just acquired my collection.
How many do you have now, do you say?
I have 68.
Damn, and I owe you one?
And I'm about to get a custom one made for the Sports Cave. All the guys are here, so
nice.
We'll bring those in. I'm working on that. The guy
the
guy that I reached out is taking a break. He's got a lot of orders in.
It's all good.
Man, it feels like I'm doing fantasy football trades, bro, because I'm wheeling and dealing.
You stay on it, dude.
Stay on it, but I do want to shout out. I let the guys know that I'm shouting out to watch the show, so we're expanding our horizons.
Already.
Brady Henson, he's in Nebraska, who also is on a radio station.
Nice.
And so he says
Go
he
Huskers.
does. He lets me know that he did. He's on the radio, fills in, and he does movie reviews on Friday. So maybe
Dope.
we'll hook him up with some of the movies that we've been in, starring in, and
Calm
see.
down,
Hey.
superstars.
Yeah, maybe
Right
he
on
could-
Ocean
he-
Rising.
He could reach out, and then Eric Taylor in Amarillo. We made a trade.
Amarillo.
Chris Everson in Follinsby, West Virginia, and
What?
Kylie Rayleigh in Rochester, New York. Shout out for the trades.
What?
Sending the links
Damn,
to
bro.
watch the show. We're making some things
I'm
happen.
jealous of these connections.
It's
So we
just
got
connections
West
to get him
Virginia
out, man. We're just trying to expand
and
it
Rochester,
Right.
New York. Upstate New
and
York,
see if I
believe.
can just let
From
them know
coast
to
to
watch.
coast.
If I can let them know to watch the show, you guys can do so too,
Right
man.
on.
Just
That's
we're
what
just.
it's all about.
It's just a quick mention, man. The Sports Cave. Everyone. I went to the chiropractor. The doctor asked me, "Hey, what's a Sports Cave?" She heard all about it. She liked it.
Nice.
You know, so it's just
We
hey,
all,
man.
we all know
Try it.
ESPN
You'll
is
like
falling
it.
apart,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah.
They're falling
Come over
apart,
to the
dude.
Sports Cave.
Everybody's
No, no.
tired of the same old same.
Right?
They're not
We're
even-
not the same over here. We
We-
do whatever we want.
You miss those times where they just talk about sports. Now everything's a segment about a story, about another story. Just, man, we're just here doing what we love. We fill you in on what you need to know. We do our best to get you your facts and get you the highlights. And
Don't forget, y'all can call in, talk to us on
Anytime.
the phone. Y'all can chat through the chat on
Messages
YouTube.
if you have
Yeah,
some ideas
right.
throughout the week.
And if you
want
get
us
mad
to
at
talk
something
about.
that we say, you can't call the announcers out on the sports stations and you can't call in and complain to them. You can do that to us, man. You think we're
Right.
wrong? Call us in. We'll friendly debate. It's all
Right, you
good.
can send shout outs to if you want to put a spotlight on the community on a team, a player, somebody that's out there putting in work, whatever.
Yeah.
We like to promote whatever people want to see, like good things in the community, sports related or not. We're here for the community as well. This is all
We're
about
your
small
voice,
business,
man.
family,
Yeah.
friends.
We're your
And
voice.
as our producer Mino said, if you want to just call out the NFL refs, we're cool with that too.
Yeah, call them
Right.
out. Call them in, and we'll get that. We'll get that
Talk
message
some
to
ish
Roger,
about
man.
them blind mofos.
If anybody knows how much they got
Celebrate with
paid
Brady.
for that New
Dino
England game.
Blandino.
Yeah, do y'all know how much they goes on the contract for Brady? For that?
Yeah, these dudes celebrating with the team after the touchdowns type shit. Like, come on, man.
man.
Like,
Come
what
on,
is that,
man.
dude? You are not on the team, man.
You're not. I guess that's Vince
He
McMahon's coming
has some
for
money
you.
on that.
Right.
Yeah, dude, that's not cool. The NFL refs, they need full-time refs. I
Yes.
don't give a
Part-time
what
refs
you
don't
say.
work.
You need full-time refs that are fully invested, that eat, sleep, and ish the whole NFL.
And they
like,
can keep working on the
that's
offseason,
all
bro.
they do.
Right.
NFL has enough money to pay full-time refs. You
Plenty.
don't
We
need
need
guys-
some more Ed Hockey league.
You don't
man.
need these guys that are fans like us.
Yeah.
To be
Swole,
playing,
dude.
they're fans 4 other months out of the time of the year, and then they're NFL. They have to put that on the back burner. They're NFL
Yeah,
fans.
nah, they
blah,
need to
blah,
be
blah.
employed
you
all
need
year,
guys
bro.
that are employed all year.
Their offseason would involve them studying the rules, watching film.
Yeah.
They can do
Give
it.
them some fan tests. Give them some random shit. Be like,
Yeah, man.
whose team would you root for? Wrong. Like, that's not
Yeah.
it. You need,
No team.
You need some legit type of people.
Right.
Yeah, these guys that we have aren't cutting it, man. If you're gonna put
too
that
much
much of a
controversy
product,
in the refs.
yeah,
We
I
leave too
agree
much of the
completely.
game in their
Mino nailed it.
hands.
We don't talk about them enough. Like me, I try not to be that homer, that dude, like bitching about the ref all the time. But at the same time, like you see it, bro. Like you see it every game. You see
Yeah, I
different
mean,
things that are
to
happening.
me, a ref is supposed to keep the game fair, not decide the outcome of a game.
I saw a few
And
playoff
the way
games that
they
there's
slow
absolutely
the
no
games
holding
down.
calls.
That's what
ever.
kills me, man. Like, yeah, once red zone's over, like it's hard for me to sit and watch a whole
one
game
game.
like the whole way through. I'm pretty spoiled by that, but it is what it
then
is.
It's so hard to watch commercial after commercial, bro. It's
Same
so
thing.
like, okay, there's a touchdown, okay, extra point, commercial,
Time
kickoff,
out. Right.
go back to commercial. After the kickoff's done, you come back from commercial, you take a TV timeout. Like, come on, man. I mean, y'all got plenty of money, put out a good product. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, we can complain all day.
But we still gonna watch.
Sure. And James Jones is saying Mexican Films is producing Tequila and Tequila on February 7th
Tequila and tacos, ain't it?
Tequila and Tacos on February 7th at 7 p.m. in Uptown. And we're also going to be working our way with Flow and working our things out once we're ready for remotes and being a whole part of that thing
We
on
will be
Wednesdays.
out there, y'all.
So what's up? We'll definitely see you out there, James Jones, and appreciate that. And
We're getting these
we'll
remotes
definitely be
lined
working
up,
on that.
man, so.
We're getting these remotes lined up. Things are going in our favor, definitely. So be on the lookout, and we'll keep y'all posted.
All right. Anything else? Any other shout outs?
I
Or
just
see
want to
anybody
thank
else?
everybody for
Thank y'all for chatting today.
these
Y'all were
chats,
awake today,
bro. Y'all
man.
got
Woo.
us going. You know, we do what we do. It's kind of slowing down in the football season, but you guys keep us going. You guys give us life, so thank you for that. Anything you guys
And
want to
shout
add
out to
that,
everybody
man?
tuned in this morning, man. Y'all did
Right.
great. This is what we want. Just fire back. Like I said, you don't gotta agree with us. You
Yeah,
always
what's up with
more-
that Super Bowl party? Like,
Who's got the
I
party
don't have
going?
nothing
Who
going on
cooking out?
yet. So if y'all got something going, let us know. You got some Super Bowl ideas or any suggestions?
got the
anything
cookout?
like
Super
that?
Bowl recipes or something.
Something. What's up?
Right? You want me to try out some food? Let me know.
Yeah, we'll taste test, man. Come on.
Already.
Besides that, we
Well,
just appreciate
till
y'all for
next
tuning in. We'll be here next week. Every week, we try to be here for y'all. If there's any changes, we'll make sure we announce them ahead of time. But please subscribe, please share, please follow the pages. It's your boy Juice.
Adolph, a.k.a. Young Jimmy J.
Big Nanny in the house.
Appreciate y'all watching. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Thank you for watching the Sports Cave on #Champs.
#Champs is a Twisted Curve production.